for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Ethan Zohn is here tonight from Survivor, my favorite show. Yes, Drew?
It is your favorite show, other than Family Guy and Simpsons and...
I don't know. I don't watch that much
I hear they're bringing
Simpsons.
Family Guy back.
Yes. Yes, they are,
that.
and I'm excited about that, too. No, I watch This Old House Classics, the old one,
favorite, yes.
and Survivor. And it's absolutely... And I was watching American Idol last night, and I just thought, I don't get it. I don't... Like, Survivor... You know, and then I was looking at the paper today, and it was like top 10 shows, American Idol. And then American Idol again. And I don't want to be one of these guys who just harps on stuff because it's popular, because Survivor's very popular, has been for 5 years, and I've always said that I love Survivor. It's a good show. I don't care what it does. It's like, if it does well in the ratings or not, it's a real good show. But American Idol, like just sort of mediocre talent and mediocre looking people with sort of mediocre charisma, singing mediocre songs in front of Simon and the rest of the sort of blowhards there. It doesn't feel like anything.
It isn't, but it plays with the very nature of why what we are attracted to in celebrity. I could do that too.
I know, but I couldn't.
And if I don't, I can cut down everybody else that gets there.
I could just go down to Dimples if I want to see sort of 150-pound chicks sing Donna Summer songs in a way that's only good after a few beers. I don't get it, but Survivor, I get. I love this show, and
I don't really get it. I don't know. I can't understand how you get it.
I think I've seen every one of them.
Really?
Pretty sure. And I know Ethan won the Africa one, which is, to me, was the stickiest of all the Survivors. The only redeeming value of the show in terms of the only thing that doesn't make me want to stand up and scratch myself feverishly is the fact that people get in and out of the water all the time, and it's a baptism of sort. Yeah. But the Africa one, they were just out there on the scorched earth.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
just
like the surface of the sun.
Yeah, just Dust Bowl, and just that feeling, like, you know that feeling when here's the feeling. You work out, but you can't hit the shower. Ooh. And then you dry off, sort of driving home, and everything's kind of, your face is itchy or whatever. You can't shave. You got those weird dust lines around the creases of your eyes and that kind of stuff. Wasn't that painful?
It was horrible. I mean, Africa. I mean, I think environmentally, Africa was the worst out of all of them. As you said, we were sitting. I mean, we just wasted away out there. There's no water to.
The water source was just a mud pit.
It was filled with elephant dung. I wish it was just mud. It was because we shared our water with every animal in the entire savannah. Elephants, giraffes, baboons.
A couple of Puerto Ricans there too. Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh, yes. As a doctor, the disease.
I understand how they prevent you from getting ill.
Yeah, I mean, we had quite a few shots before we went.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I mean, we boiled the water for 5 minutes before we drank it.
They gave you fire.
Yes. After we didn't have fire for 3 days, but then after the first tribal council.
Yeah, the new one, they didn't get fire.
Yeah. God.
And, my wife was sitting there in her Hello Kitty jammies explaining to me how she get that fire started. Look, you can't get a bag of goddamn groceries up the stairs. You can't water the potted plants, but you're going to start fire in a rainstorm on the island?
Right.
Please. But, see, this is my mistake. You should not talk to your wife. You shouldn't answer. You just nod. Drew's learned this, yes?
Are you guys allowed to talk during Survivor? Or do you have...
Well, I have to tell her to shut up about Boston Rob every once in a while because, he's so dreamy. Really. And I guess you could take the camps and break them into Ethan and Boston Rob camps, and then maybe a couple of Colby stragglers. But like producer Ann, she's an Ethan. She's an Ethan camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She sounded off about that. Yeah. Disgusted by Boston Rob, whereas my wife, Boston Rob.
And really? Adam's into Boston Rob too, kind of, pretty much.
No. Yeah, but I'll tell you what happened is when they had to build the camps. Yeah. That's where I said, okay, yeah. He claims to be a carpenter. Let's see what he does. Yeah. But he did build a nice camp.
Did you see what Rupert did?
Yeah, Rupert
bomb shelter in the beach.
He just dug a huge clam hole in the beach, and it was about 3 feet deep, and he hit like an old pirate's anchor or something, and then it started torrentially raining the next night, and it just they were sleeping in 2 foot of water underneath there. But I noticed that, and especially I noticed with the Kobe, that people are not as humble as they were the first time around. There really was a, hey, just glad to be here. Obviously, the first time, this is Survivor All-Star. People are coming back with a little attitude. Like someone like Kobe, the thing that was all the ladies loved about him is he was an attractive guy, but he had this sort of, oh, shucks, I'm just glad to be here kind of thing. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's got some game.
Yeah, Ethan must have been around when Susan revealed that she was an abuse survivor.
Yes, at least according to us. Yeah, when she flipped out on
started spitting on Jeff
Jeff
Probst. That was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah,
It just means that she was abused when she was growing up. That's all that means.
Yeah, that's what we gathered because
100%.
Yeah, because she started spinning out over a situation where
She created
at the time you didn't. Yeah,
I didn't. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't see it firsthand. I mean, obviously,
You saw it on the cut.
I mean, it wasn't appropriate what Richard did, but I mean, you got a lot of time and you get in your own head out there. That's for sure.
She was on the log taunting him, like yelling at him, "Come on, bring it on!" You got a big nude homo there yelling, "Bring it on!" their side of the log. Well, eventually he's going to show up, and then he gives her a little Pepe taunt. I've done that before.
A little shake.
Yeah, nothing
That was
wrong
to another
with that.
guy, though.
All right, that's true.
Hey, let
Drew.
me.
What's that, Drew?
Let me again. Speaking of taunting, get on this girl next door promotion.
All right, but sell it, would you? You know, every time you have to
need to.
read something, you power through it.
Well, I'm not going to.
And you broke into French last night.
I know that was really a mistake.
What did you say last night
I
in
said
French?
now in French.
What was it?
Maintenant.
They got that many syllables in now? One of those frogs needs 8 syllables in now. They got to narrow down now. You know what I mean?
And so about this promotion?
Yeah, hurry.
Yeah. So
but have fun with it and take your time and sell it for a change.
There's a couple things. First of all, our listeners shamed us last night by not signing on and getting enough of these passes to go see this movie. It was shameful
Right.
Display.
Right.
So it's at Girl Next Door Tickets at earthlink.net. I think that's part of the problem. It's a weird name.
There's 172 letters in that goddamn address.
Girl Next Door Tickets at earthlink.net. You log onto that site, you get your free tickets to go see a free screening at the ArcLight in Hollywood. And Ann, what is the date and time of the Ann? Oh my God. Ann,
changing her pansies because Ethan came in.
What is the date and time of the screening? Date and time of the screening. Come in here.
I've said this many times, Drew, about screenings. You know, a man knows when it's time to show up for a screening. We don't need a date and a time. We'll know
the date and time of the screening?
April 7th, 7 p.m.
April 7th at 7
That'll
p.m.
be on the invitation.
It'll be on the invitation, but it's
All
April
right.
7th, 7 p.m. If you make it come free, you get a pair of tickets. And everyone else who gets on the air who's 17 years of age or older will get a pair of tickets sent to them to be able to go wherever you live to see this movie.
Fantastic.
It's The Girl Next Door starring Alicia Cuthbert.
Is that the one where it's a porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I saw it. It's nice. It's kind of risky business for today's 17-year-old. It's going to be a lot of masturbating to that Cuthbert. I don't even know how to say her name, but I don't think you do the th. I think it's the cut. You do it like that, Cuthbert.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. She's much hotter than her name. Yeah. All right.
Name's kind of hot.
It sounds like you got back
there?
from the dentist.
No, she sounds like some sort
Yeah,
of...
she'll be there.
At the premiere?
Yeah, she'll be there.
You can ask her.
This is the premiere. This is the a special show.
Yeah, this
Screening.
is for our loser listeners, just to show up and save $8. But that ArcLight, that's an amazing facility. Get that nice caramel popcorn there. Let me tell you what I like to do with the popcorn, Ethan.
I'd like to hear.
I get the caramel popcorn, and then I get the regular popcorn, and I do a little double dip, a little
Really?
salt and sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever throw some M&Ms in there or Raisinets?
When I'm feeling extra naughty.
I bet.
Yeah, sometimes when I take a me day. Yeah.
This film opens April 9th.
All right. Should we have another gay culinary exchange, or should we take some calls?
Take some calls.
All right. Favorite show, Survivor, 8 o'clock, Thursday nights. Back to its original time. And last week was the compilation best of, which is it's fine. It gets people caught up who haven't seen every second of every episode. But
you're right.
I even do the Survivor dance at the beginning of the show. Yeah, yo, hey, ho, yo, yo. I'm up there, baby.
Give
I'm
you
in my
chills,
towel. I'm doing my thing in front of the TV.
Do you have any buffs? Do you wear buffs often?
We were talking to Jeff about about the buffs, which is they do make a big deal about the buffs. You can get your buff. How do you find your buff? Where do you wear your buff? And I've thought to myself, don't need the Survivor buff. And secondly, I would probably see a Wings mug before I saw a Survivor buff. I never saw one on the street. It's an immensely popular show with a lukewarm product that's trying to push. And it should have been like Survivor Flint or the Compass or the Leatherman or the Bowie knife or something with it. Something we could magnifying glass we could start a fire with or something. The buff just doesn't. I don't know. It didn't capture my imagination.
I understand that. I can see that.
And I don't like these native tribe names. I don't like the Sambuca tribe and all this kind of stuff. I want tribes with good American names like Turbo Max and Nitro,
Extreme Survivor,
Extreme Nitro, and stuff like that.
Like American Gladiator type names.
Yeah, American Gladiator names are like car part names. I don't like.
But we're opening
here's what it
America
means.
to cultures.
We don't need
different
that.
cultures.
We need to start building a fence. That's our thing. That's what I'll do. And then start the burning. Okay. All right. Ready to move forward here?
Please.
Kat?
I beg of you.
Yeah.
I like Survivor. What can I say? You're 16, Kat. What's up?
I've been thinking about getting my clit pierced, but I heard that after 2 years you lose all sensation. I want to know if that's true.
It can happen. It's not after 2 years
2
necessarily.
years is a pretty good run.
It can usually go a lot shorter.
Really?
Yeah. We've heard of
would
that.
I be able to get it pierced and then take it out after a little while?
No.
You can only take pierces out, but sometimes people have permanent excessive irritability or numbness. There's all kinds of little funky things.
Why not start with a nipple or something?
Yeah.
I already had my nipple pierced.
Oh. Yeah, all right. What's up with Kat? Come on.
Something. Hey, Kat.
Yeah.
When are you talking about hood piercing or clitoris piercing?
The clit.
Wow. That's pretty aggressive.
Would it be different if I just got the hood pierced? Would it irritate it as much?
I don't have a vagina. I have not quite a penis, but I wouldn't call it a vagina. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't tell you for sure. All I can tell you is that you're 16, you're wanting to put holes in your parts, and we suspect trauma. What's up? Where's your dad? What's going on? How come I can't hear her?
My dad's downstairs.
So he's in hell. He died. He was a biker. Shot by police. What happened?
My mom's dead, but my dad's still alive.
What happened to your mom?
What?
What happened
Breast
to your mom?
cancer.
Yeesh.
That might be enough right there.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 9.
That is, and did she fight the illness for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be devastating. And I don't know a worse age, for mama to get sick at 7.5 and die at 9 kind of thing. It's really, you're old enough to know what's going on, but it's not like you're off at college.
Were things okay with her, even when she was around?
She was sick my whole life, basically.
Was she tough to deal with because of that?
I didn't really know her, so.
So you never had a relationship with her, really, huh?
No.
Oh, why? She wasn't around? She was in the hospital?
She was in and out of the hospital a lot.
For 9 years, and you never had any contact with your mom?
Well, she started being sick when I was around 5, I think, but I don't remember anything from before that.
Oh, well, 5 isn't your whole life. It's less than half before she died.
Yeah.
But as your memory goes, she's been sick your whole life.
Right.
All right. Well, that's pretty traumatic. And your dad, I mean, it must have been tough on him. I mean, this was his general, just a shadow cast over the family.
Right?
Yeah.
Has he been okay
We're
to you?
okay now.
But has he been okay to you?
Yeah. He's dated other women.
No, but when this was all going on.
I really don't remember a lot from it because I was little. And
Yeah. All right. What's your dad do for a living?
He works with computers at a hospital.
Aha. I don't know. All right, Kat, there's something going on with you and your piercings.
And it may be just the trauma you've been through.
Yeah, you've been traumatized. How about some therapy?
I do see a therapist.
All right.
But I don't see how piercings is a traumatic sign.
It's a way to sort of act out on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You've been through the mill, and you're going to take that on yourself, lest as a way of sort of announcing to other people that you won't let that do that to them. them do that to you, rather.
It's effed up. I wish as a society we could look. Anytime sane people say, when a group of sane people say, "Well, why would you go ahead and do fill in the blank?" That means the person that wants to do it is effed up. I wish as a society we could stop labeling that idiot as an individual and start labeling them as a retard. And then they could get some help, or at least we could beat them into submission. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's way too much of that. Look, you want to put a hole in your most private of parts, you're effed up. There's a problem there. It should be looked into, or you're just going to keep poking holes in yourself.
We're not going to judge you for being effed up, but we're going to be angry with you for not being willing to come to terms with it, other than by acting out these strange ways.
And I don't appreciate being exposed to you being effed up. I can't stand looking at the guys with all the nipple rings and stuff. I don't like to see a guy's nipples in the first place, even though, I'm a man who likes some nipple play. I've expressed that to Drew on a number of occasions. He doesn't seem to take it in the spirit
Where's the
in which
vomit
it was
sound?
intended.
Anderson, you get him a replay last night of something that I didn't need to hear a second time, and you won't get me the vomit sound.
I have sensitive nipples. I'm not gonna lie about it. Anderson is gone.
Oh.
He killed himself after last night.
Yeah, I can see why.
We have Ken. But the point is, Ethan, I have,
I
have nipples. I enjoy, it's an erogenous zone on me, Drew. Is there something dirty about that?
Yeah.
You're a doctor?
Yes, there is. There is. Yes, matter of fact.
The point, I like the lick, I like the lick and touch the nipple. But here's my point. I'm not pounding holes in them and then walking around
announcing it to everybody.
Yeah, like Lex on Survivor. I can't. I can't
to seek attention. Do they want? What's?
Well, it's various things. What we know is that it's a pattern, and if people do that, not necessarily, they're sort of within the realm of current style, like nose and lip and stuff like that. But then there's doing the genitals and having giant hoops in it, things that are difficult to look at and or so aggressive acting out against your own body. That means something, and it means abuse. So it means trauma.
Yeah. All right, let's rock and roll, John.
Yeah.
You're 24.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good. I was thinking, I know this sounds sort of morbid, but they should market the Survivor buffs to cancer patients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how they should do it. You got cancer? Here's your answer. Ooh, wait a minute, Drew. Write that down. We got Survivor buffs. Enjoy your last days on this earth stylishly. Look, I'm not saying it's going to go exactly like that, but I'm just saying that could be a potential audience.
Part of the
that
hospital
is a buff
uniform. That's
a buff audience. That's an audience. That's a buff buying group. Yes, Drew?
I think it'd be cool if it was an issue when you come in the hospital, sort of like, we're gonna survive. We're gonna make this.
Oh, Survivor! Yeah.
Like if you stay over 7 days in the hospital, you get one for free.
Right, but the Grim Reaper votes you off.
Exactly.
Guy with the sickle shows up. Bring the torch up. Oh, you don't have the torch. You just got that rolling IV bag. All right, that'll do. Bring that. I'm just going ahead and crimp that off. That's good times, Drew. You see what we can do? We can laugh. We're talking to Gina. Gina.
Hi.
Oh, did I hang up on somebody?
hang up on John.
No.
Oh. No, sorry about that.
No problem.
What are you going to do?
John
We
lost
hung up on
102 pounds on the Atkins diet. He had questions about it.
Well, John should call back. I said, are we talking to Gina? I don't know. Gina.
Yes.
You're 24?
Mm-hmm. And,
well, I hung up on John to speak to you, so this better be good.
It is very good. I just had a baby 6 months ago, and I'm 2 months pregnant now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I want to know how it's going to affect my health and the health of the baby I'm carrying now.
Should have tied that Survivor buff in front of her vagina, Drew.
Yeah, using around
like a dental dam.
penis.
Yeah, to stop the penis. Yeah, look at Ethan with dropping the dental dam bomb. It's good. Nice. It means he's been around the block a couple of times. He knows about the dental dam. I mean, he's got some lesbian friends or he's done some traveling. We'll get to the bottom of it during the commercial. Hey, Gina?
Gina, what do you mean affect the health of the child? What are you referring to?
I mean, I have a cerclage, and also I have to have a cesarean section.
Because you had one previously.
Mm-hmm.
You had a cerclage on the first one and a cesarean.
That's where you cut out all the pictures of your friends from high school.
My second child, I have
what is that?
Two other children.
The last pregnancy, you had a C-section and a cerclage. Is that
what
right?
Is a cerclage?
I'll have to get to it in a second. Let me just straighten this out.
Try to work the buff into it if you can.
Buff would work for cerclage.
It would.
It's perfect. It's sling.
Great.
And so, of course, you're going to need the same thing this procedure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your question?
I just want to know, is it going to, am I going to have a different cerclage, would you know, or, is it going to be more traumatic on me this time?
Hold on a second. Are you doing a lot of drugs?
No, I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Cerclage. It says like friends forever, and then it shows pictures.
I need the anatomy book.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to look at that book.
Is where they literally sew up the cervix so the baby doesn't drop out of it.
Oh, really?
In the second,
when do they do that?
When people have cervical incompetence, which usually is second trimester.
So you
spontaneous abortions, miscarriages.
I mean, you could lose a kid like a truck losing a tire going down the highway, right?
Yeah, it's not they just kind of fall out.
But then they could get run over.
Yeah, that's like a tire. Yeah. If you're driving fast.
When we talk and fall out, I mean, you walking down the street.
Miscarriage.
That's a miscarriage.
Sew this off, so this thing the baby's stuck up here.
How do they know that it's spastic or it's not operating properly?
No, I'm not an obstetrician, so I'm not sure. Maybe it starts to dilate, or maybe she's had a couple of failures mid-pregnancy before.
So it starts dilating too early in the run,
so they sew it up.
and they're scared, so they get up there and sew it up. Wow. And, of course, then they can't pee for 5 or 6 months, yes? No? They're showing the wee-wee hole. To me, the urine comes out of all this stuff. It all just comes falling out of the same hole, right, Drew?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't urinate with a tampon in, right?
No, of course not.
Of course not. That made perfect sense to me up until about 18 months ago.
When you got married.
All right, please.
They're living with a woman.
Gina?
Yes.
All right. So, Gina, and then, of course, sometimes they will give you an attempt at a vaginal delivery when you had a C-section, but this recently, I think they would just do another C-section.
Why are you pregnant?
Yeah,
hey, hold on. Quiet down. Why are you pregnant again so fast?
Oh, well.
Same guy?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Same guy?
Oh, yes.
What have you been doing?
So.
Well, the good question is, what have you been using for birth control?
Well, at
Bar
first
rag.
we were at first we were using the patch, and then we tried natural family planning, and
that does not work.
Yeah.
I know.
You're living proof of that.
Natural family
That means
planning.
timing it.
Oh, just the rhythm, right?
Yeah, that doesn't work. Hey, did you have a couple of second trimester failures in pregnancy?
My first child, he was born at 24 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
wow.
boy. Is he okay?
Oh, yeah, he's very healthy, little boy
and then
now.
Then they did a cerclage the next procedure?
Yeah.
Next pregnancy? All right.
All right.
We didn't have a chance to do it with the first one, so.
All right.
There we go.
All right, baby. Easy with the humping. I imagine, are you being penetrated right now?
Oh, no.
I imagine just never not having a penis in you.
She wears one.
Just imagine it's like nonstop penetration.
What's Groucho Marx's famous line?
You wouldn't join a vagina that would have you as a member?
I love cigars, but once in a while I take it out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that Groucho.
Yeah.
All right. Ethan Zohn is here from Survivor, my favorite TV show. Thursday nights on CBS, 8 o'clock. I'm going to be doing the Survivor dance about 22 hours from now, Drew. Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, ho. And I'm up there, man. Ho.
You know, this song this year is a combination of every song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I see. I go to a place where, I don't, I sit here and I judge, but when I'm up and I'm into my tribal thing, I'm like some sort of a shaman who's high on peyote. I'm dancing around with my pal. It's magical, Drew.
Yes.
Use magical. Sensitive nipples to the wind.
Oh, yeah.
It's
great. It's great.
It's great.
I'm just getting an image. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's great. You should see me.
Will you please cue up the vomit sound? Just cue
he
it
doesn't
up.
have access to that. Yeah. Oh, and we watch her see who the Tylenol push through the pain guy. I always like when they do that too. When they go,
that's new this year.
After the ball game or something, they go Gillette. In the edge to victory goes to, they try to work the close shave. The Gillette close shave of the night goes to. They do that sort of thing. The Tylenol pushing through the pain, but they should have given it to Jeff Probst for getting his lunch handed to him by Sue, just screaming at him. He's just standing there like an idiot in shorts. He didn't know what's going on. She teed off on him. He should have got the Tylenol play through the pain.
You should have been out there.
We saw the abridged version of it, right? I mean,
that went on for a while.
Well, in a way, you put the mentally ill in these horribly stressful situations, and there you go.
You calling Ethan?
No, but
Yeah.
We're all crazy.
No, all that energy, what we're talking about with Sue freaking out on Jeff was that's the victim.
Yeah.
That's the victim stuff. And that's like when you're in front of somebody in the market and they start crying and they're looking at you and they're screaming, tears are pouring down, and it's over a thing of Dinty Moore stew, and you think, well, what's the big deal? Like every time you say to yourself, and you spend your whole life going, what's the big deal? I don't understand. All I did was honk at the guy, and he started to, or all I did was this, or I cut in front, and that's what that is. That's not necessarily raped by uncle, but you're not getting what the situation is. The situation with Hatch was almost nothing. That was a 2, and everyone got a 10. All right, let's take a little break, Drew.
Yeah.
I get one of those buffs on me.
All right.
All right? Ethan here from Survivor. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Ethan Zohn is here from Survivor. You know better as Ethan from Survivor. Just got voted off. Yeah. Very exciting. My favorite show. I don't like to see the perennials go. It's a very interesting game in that they're folks like Colby got voted off. Ethan got voted off. Some of the strong, dominant types will get voted off, and then there'll just be some sort of 40-something-year-old mousy chick that just flies right under the radar for like 2 months. It's incredible.
Do you value that way of playing the game? Do you think that's a good way? I mean, if you look at the people left now,
yeah,
there's only 3 people left that have been in the Final Four. The rest have never made the final.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the rest, what is there, 9?
There's 10 left.
10 other people?
Did you vote prominent people off?
No.
People that could challenge you?
I played the opposite. I tried to stick with them because I felt we could protect each other.
It's sort of like it's sort of like a golf tournament where Tiger Woods gets knocked out early, and then there's 3 guys who you never heard of who are sort of playing for the cup, and it's sort of, in one way, it makes it exciting because it's like, wow, who wants to see Tiger Woods win again? On the other hand, I don't know these guys' names, and they're not exactly captivating the nation. And Survivor is really interesting because, you would just think, well, Survivor, the strongest survive. You're going to get the biggest, buffest sort of ex-Marine type of guy who's going to win the whole thing every time. I mean, just going in, I would have thought that. You would not think that a, post-menopausal housewife from Idaho could hang in much longer than a lot of the guys. But the reason they do is because they don't pose a threat. Yep. They can have their alliances. They can sort of fly under the radar. Like, you don't even really notice they're there. And it's an interesting dynamic that the women and that the weaker links end up hanging around. Sometimes a strong person will drag a weak person in, just like when they put a few goats on the ship so they can slaughter them at sea. You know what I mean? They drag them along with them. They're gonna bleed them at some point, and then somehow the goat gets loose and stabs them in the ass on the 17th week. Drew, you understand?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's a very image I had.
It's always the goat.
It's the goat that gets loose and stabs you in the ass.
Chupacabra got loose on the boat.
Chupacabra. That's right. All right, so where are we, Drew?
We're going to play a little Germany or Florida.
Oh, Germany or Florida. This game is huge. I'm sure when you guys were on that island in Panama, you
played it all
probably
the time.
past the time by playing Germany or Florida. Kara?
All right.
Germany or Florida? It's Germany or Florida.
It's a theme song. Yeah.
Okay, hi.
Hey.
Okay. In February of 1994, a
Hold
pediatric...
on. Kara talks like she has 6 retainers in her mouth.
I'm
Like
from
she
the
is that
Valley.
much. No kidding. I'm from North Hollywood. You can't get any flatter or more valley than that.
My best friend lives in North Hollywood near the Thai Temple.
She should kill herself.
She wants to.
See? That's it. That's what it says.
call
Welcome
in.
to North Hollywood. Now kill yourself.
Or leave.
Okay. In February of 1994, a pediatric orthopedist was detained by authorities pending further investigation of charges of fondling young boys who were his patients. According to the authorities, one mother complained that in the course of 35 office visits, her son made for foot problems, the boy was given 35 gloveless rectal exams. Another said her son received a rectal exam before surgery on an ingrown toenail. The orthopedist attorney said the charges reflect differences in the interpretation of the way he practices medicine. Everyone has a different way they practice medicine.
True.
So it's not normal to get a rectal exam before?
Because
I don't care how you practice. That's not part of a foot exam.
Really, the rectal?
Not part.
Really? How about them taking my underpants to operate on my hand? That's part. That's a healthy part of a hand surgery. Give me your underpants.
Yeah. And all right. Nor have I ever heard of a rectal exam being done without a glove.
All right. To me, that's I don't know. On one hand, it's like this guy's a horrible pedophile. On the other hand, wow, what a doctor. No glove. You know what I mean?
It's commitment.
Yeah. All right. This is tough. It smacks of Florida because everything evil smacks of Florida, but the pedophile seems like something that could really go nuts in Germany,
especially with the backdoor thing.
And I don't know if they allow people with advanced degrees in Florida. I know they can practice outside of Florida. I'm not sure if people with more than a GED are actually let onto Florida soil.
I mean, 35 visits in Florida is a lot of visits. Germany seems like you could do that. No problem.
Germany can't because they're too busy because you can't get access.
I'm going Germany. You're in Florida. Drew goes Florida.
You couldn't get in.
Go Florida.
Times Germany.
All right. Well, she did correct something. I heard her stumble over an officer. She started to say officer, and then she said authorities. And I don't know if she thought that officer.
I never said authority, Adam. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, what did you say?
Officer.
Actually, I was just nervous. I'm kind of dyslexic, so.
Wow.
I really didn't say anything.
Those retainers are putting pressure on your brain.
All right, Adam's going to Germany. I'm going to Florida.
Ethan?
I'm gonna go Florida.
All right. What's the answer?
Florida.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Score.
Okay, Adam. Wow. I just want to say I think you're really incredibly sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like the ugly Ethan. I think if you had a blind date and you and I was the guy you're going on the blind date with and you talked me up enough, you would expect Ethan.
But then you get Adam.
Then you get me.
Have you ever grown up?
But Ethan said something interesting about the healthcare in Germany.
I could grow
people
the fro out.
People have a grave misconception. When you have universal healthcare, you can get it, but you got to wait in line and you're limited your access because there's just not enough to go around. You just can't do that.
They have that in Germany.
You don't get to go wherever you want, wherever you want.
Really? Yeah.
No way. Canada, you have to come here to get your healthcare.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. There are all these other countries. I got these blowhards like my mom always sitting around. It's always first off. In Canada, they believe that you should first. Why don't you haul your fat ass up north, then, honey? By the way, you should get out of North Hollywood. Then, but you love Canada. Hit Canada, by the way. All you people that they're in Canada. But then, why does everyone from around the world have to fly out to New York, Chicago, or L.A. to get something fixed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't that?
I did work for.
I got to fly into Mexico and get a gallbladder removed.
I did work for Canadian Healthcare for a while because they had a contract with us because they can't meet the needs of their country, so they have to come down here and use our infrastructure. And then after doing it for a year, actually it's almost 2 years, they went, "Oh, sorry, new law. We're not going to pay our bill."
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep, new law.
So it's Canucks owe you a few bucks.
Yeah, that's it. 10 cents. We'll maybe give you 10 cents on the dollar if you agree. And we're not sure when we pay that.
Really?
Yeah. And the 10 cents not going to be one of yours.
2 years of work.
Going to have a picture of a guy on a horse and a queen and and Gordie Howe. So they owe you money, the Canadians do? I'll get it out of them. I'll shake that goddamn country like a piggy bank.
What do you think of that new liberal radio network?
Well, listen, if Janine Garofalo is going to be on, it's going to be funny. Because she's a funny gal. I don't know. I mean, here, let me just say this about all that stuff, which is, I don't think that people get into politics as much. I think people use it as an excuse. Like, Howard Stern has a huge audience. He's very liberal about certain things. He's very Republican oriented in other matters. It's like on one hand he wants to say whatever he wants and not worry about the FCC. On the other hand, he's the first guy who wants to go over there and bomb Iraq. It's hard to categorize the guy. But one thing you can say about him is that he's talented and that he's funny.
Entertaining.
And I think oftentimes when things fail, like this liberal whatever, which will probably fail in a short period of time, they'll say, well, America just wasn't ready for. No, America's ready for something funny, and that wasn't funny, or provocative, and that wasn't provocative. That's what America's ready for. It's so easy and so convenient when people do it. Well, America's not ready.
It was so funny, too. In the interview in the New York Times, they were saying, well, liberals are such much nicer, compassionate human beings. I thought, wait a minute. I don't care which extreme you're at. If you're the extreme left or extreme right, not nice. Not nice.
No, the extreme,
not interested in people. Not interested at all. Interested in ideology. Interested in being angry.
Well,
both extremes.
Here's the thing. I come from a liberal environment, and I always thought they were because you think they're nicer because they're the ones who are anti-war, but they're the ones that are throwing paint on chicks with fur, and they're very aggressive that way. And, hey, I got Jesus in Hippo Flop. That's my art project. You guys got to pay for it, by the way. Yeah, that's it. They're angry. All right, everyone's angry. Here's all I'm saying. How come liberals can't be funny and the right wing can be funny or provocative, or how come? No, I'm not saying how come they can't.
Either end could be.
But here's the thing. Why are there so many successful sort of Rush Limbaugh types or Dennis Prager or whoever you
like
name Bill O'Reilly types, and where is the left-wing versions of that? How come they don't do well? They come on and they get spit out and they're off the air in no time. And I'll tell you why. It has to do with taking stands and making judgments. And the whole thing about the left-wing ideologies, we can't judge. We cannot judge. Look, what those people do in Iraq, what the Taliban does, what the government does, that's their culture. It's up to them to decide what to do with their own culture. It's their own. We cannot judge. For good or for bad, this is their angle. We can't judge. Well, when you can't judge, it doesn't make for very provocative listening. Mm-hmm. You have to judge. Unfortunately, if you're sort of riding the fence and saying, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I can't tell you what to do, and you can't tell me what to do, it just ends up being like oatmeal with no brown sugar. Yeah, why do you need a microphone to tell everyone to do what they're going to do without you? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't believe necessarily that Rush Limbaugh believes in everything he says. He just says it like he means it. It gets people's ire up, and next thing you know, you got ratings. Mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, during the break, I'm going to go out and burn a cross on the lawn. Yes, Drew.
For ratings?
No. Oh. Because I believe 100% it's the right thing to do. No, I like radio. I like when radio guys do this. This I like when they go, listen. Hey, when I say that masseuse, prostitute. You go see this person, you strip naked, they oil you up, put their hands all over their body. Call me now, 1-800-LME-191. If you think that this is not out-and-out prostitution, can be called 1-800. They just stir things up. Half the crap they say they don't believe it.
Exploits that fully.
Who?
Phil Henry.
Oh, Phil
takes
Henry.
Full advantage of that.
That's right. That's why he's a genius. All right, Drew. Now that we've plugged every goddamn radio show but our own, is there something on some Santa Monica Junior College station you want to plug that's on at this time?
We can plug the Girl Next Door tickets at earthling.net so people.
That is not our show.
It is our show. It's our show. Our film. What do they call it? The screening.
Right, I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. Grab a pad and pencil, or in our listeners' case, a crayon,
or just a tree bark or charcoal,
and a hunting knife you used to stab the prostitute with. And when we come back, Drew's going to give you
if we remember,
a web address. If we remember, that's has more letters in it than the Greek alphabet. Yes, Drew?
Certainly, yeah.
How many does the Greek alphabet have?
I don't know.
Okay. All that 6. College, huh? Look at Ethan over here knows.
Where'd you go to college?
Vassar College.
Vassar. Yeah. Not bad.
Girls' school.
Oh, yeah. But he's smart.
Used to be a girls' school. 60-40 now.
Smart.
That's smart.
That was smart.
Yeah. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Ethan is here from Survivor, my favorite TV show on tomorrow night, Drew. Cannot wait. Gonna do my dance. But you know what? It will be with head hung low because Ethan was voted off. And that's very troubling to me.
Now I have time to see that movie you're talking about.
That's right. Yeah, what is that, Drew?
You were going to mention all these letters.
Yes. Girl Next Door, tickets at earthlink.net. I saw this movie. If you like going out of your house, you're going to like this movie.
You go to the ArcLight for free.
Go to the ArcLight for and let me tell you something about the ArcLight, Kitty. This is not the drive-in in the Impala with your dad breaking wind up on the front vinyl seat there. You know what I mean?
April 7th, 7 p.m.
That's right. You just go to Girl Next Door tickets at earthlink.net. and you get yourself signed up for some free tickets there. Yes, Drew?
Yes.
You go see its movie. It's a good movie. I saw it already. Yeah, I could see things early. I get them over with.
Private screening.
Yeah. I actually saw the 2004 Summer Olympics already.
Nice.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
We did all right.
Good.
America did pretty good.
Oh,
I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
How was the security over there?
We can't really talk about it, can you?
There was, well, I can't talk about it, but we did lose. We lost a bobsledding team, which shouldn't have been there during the summer anyway. And, well, it's an important lesson I think they learned. But Greece was a nice place, pretty good weather. And former Soviet Union did pretty good in boxing. And I don't want to give too much away. Cuba did pretty good in boxing in the heavyweight division. America, we did pretty good, too. I won't give you a medal total because I don't want to ruin it for you guys.
Good in the weightlifting, clean and jerk, weightlifting, good.
Clean and jerk, they did very, very well at that. Yeah. And it was good. I'll tell you about the pentathlon, decathlon.
Any new sports this year?
They did some exhibition sports, I think, this year. I think what do they have for the summer? They got rodeo clowning, where you actually jump out of the barrel in suspenders with the long cutoffs on. And by the way, rodeo clown, you know, like there's certain jobs that you get a little more poontang than you deserve and are a little less dangerous and a little less thrilling than people make it out to be. And I will say firemen for this matter. Firemen get the chicks love firemen, society loves firemen, and it's great, but it's really for guys who just like hanging out with other guys and only working 8 days out of the month. You know what I mean? All right, they get paid pretty good, and yeah, there's danger involved, but not every day. Right. Rodeo clowning
every day.
Every day, and it's got to be the hairiest gig in the world because there's some, 2,500-pound Brahma bull with a sheepshank knot on its nutsack, which is making it go insane, by the way, which I never even knew about. And your job is to dress up like you're in a Lucy skit and jump in front of it and get its attention. I mean, just being out in the rodeo ring would be enough. Just hiding in the barrel would be enough. But jumping out like, hey, Brahma Bull, over here, look at me in the bright colors. In the PF Flyers and the cutoff.
By the way, the barrels have been used since 1840. We can't do something a little more safe, a little more modern.
And they train to do this. They go to school.
They go to Rodeo Clown College. I'd be in there in a shark cage. They have to lower me in a shark cage.
Think about clowns. I was reading about a patient with Asperger's syndrome, which is sort of an autistic-like thing. Like they think maybe Einstein had Asperger's. And they were saying that Asperger's have pathological fear of clowns. So it's like they can't make sense of it. It's like just this scary, weird thing.
Wow. So imagine you get a Brahma bull with Asperger's syndrome.
With a nut on his nutsack tied off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a hairy gig. Just getting thrown like a rag doll by these huge bees. And again, doesn't translate into 1 ounce of poontang. That's nothing. Right. Just
I know that's how you measure all human endeavors.
You know how
maybe they're lady clowns out there too that they can hook up.
They don't have. And if they are, they're bull dykes.
Austin?
Speaking of bulls. And let me tell you this, Drew. You know how they take their makeup off each night?
How?
With tears.
Oh.
With tears.
What's that?
With tears.
Let's all just think about that. Austin, what's going on?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're 16.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes after I'm done masturbating, I'll get like these spots on my scrotum, and it's like really shiny spots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you sexually active?
No.
Shiny spots?
Just irritation, just inflammation. Just
put them in a rock tumbler?
No, it's just where things rub. It's on the scrotum, right?
Yeah.
How do you, what are you even doing with your scrotum when you're beating off?
Nothing.
Yeah,
it's just like jock itch and from rubbing, that sort of thing. Chafing.
Gold bonds.
Oh.
Are you in a weird position?
No.
No. I just think it just happens to be examining his nuts at that time. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like women do the breast exam in the shower.
And then it's always there.
Right.
And for women, it's a sexual act?
Yeah. I haven't gone, no, but I have not gone at my sack in quite some time. I think I'm maturing.
It's nothing, Austin. Somebody should look at it just to be sure, but just some over-the-counter cortisone cream. Maybe you ought to tell Austin your theory about rape.
Hey.
Who, me?
Yeah. And it being not a sexual crime. It's the same as any other kind of crime. I mean,
true. We are leapfrogging.
No, because he was talking about how I was asking whether breast exam. He was masturbating and did a scrotal exam, and I was wondering whether breast exam had a similar sort of sexual nature to it.
Well, rape and I'll tell this to Ethan too. It is not a crime. It's not a sexual crime.
Right.
It's a violent crime.
Right. You know that. Violent
right.
crime.
So it's a crime of violence.
Just like law, like a
where you
bank,
come.
right.
You come though, but it's violent up until the point where you. But do not mistake it with a sexual crime.
No.
This is a violent crime. What you do, you come.
You ejaculate.
You ejaculate at the end. Or that's how you know when you're done.
It's like a bank robber coming out, taking the bag.
Okay, that's the point. It is no different than a physical assault. That if I jumped into a liquor store, jumped over the counter, pistol whipped the servant behind the counter, and then came, it would not. Drew, would you listen to me? It would not be no different than if some guy was just walking out to his car at night, out front of a bar, and I just came sailing out over the hood and just started smashing his head against the parking block and came. It would be no different than that. Do you understand?
Got it.
It is it's not sexual. It is a violent crime where you come.
You ejaculate.
Yes, you ejaculate.
Like every violent crime.
Like every.
Okay. No,
and don't think our boys over in Iraq aren't ejaculating. It's war. That's all I'm saying.
So everything is rape.
Everything is rape. That's my point.
Or nothing.
Or it's nothing. Right. Or it's nothing. All right. Ethan is here from Survivor. Speaking of rape, he got tossed off that island much sooner than he needed to, Drew.
Yeah.
Much sooner.
Ejaculated.
Well, you ejaculated on. The crime was committed against you. So not sexual. Not sexual. No.
We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Ethan Zohn is here tonight. Yeah. I feel like I know Ethan.
Ethan and I spent a weekend in Pittsburgh together.
Oh, really?
Back in the day.
Yeah. And
in the day.
And you, yeah?
Yeah.
No violent crimes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah. Except,
okay.
No violent. No.
All right. Ethan, of course, from Survivor Africa, where he won.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. I've been thinking about, now that everyone's an all-star, trying to sort out the ones who won from the ones that made it to week number 5. And, Ethan's a big winner.
Yeah.
Now,
the last of the winners on the All-Star.
Oh, really? Yeah. Nice.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's like you're the number one loser.
Exactly.
That's the way I look at my life.
Number one losing winner.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You got $1 million.
Yeah.
I know everyone talks about. No one wants to talk about what they do with their money. Ethan, being you're Jewish, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, so you kept it. You didn't go out and do a Coke binge and buy yourself a set of pewter swizzle sticks or something, and then get a nice ride and put big screen TV in it or something. No, not the Jews. They're very crafty that way, Drew. They keep their money. They're smart.
Some of us.
They think about their kids' college and stuff like that. They invest. But the $1 million, does it end up coming in the form of one check?
Yeah. One check, like 2 commas.
Really?
It's all there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you physically get to see the check that says $1 million with your name on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
And then you got to pay the taxes on it, right?
I just took it to one of those checks cash places.
You just hammered it.
Corner 20.
They got $150,000. They take their 15%, right?
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Standing in line behind a bunch of El Salvadorian guys. And right next door to the pawn shop to get his guitar out.
Yeah.
So $1 million, and do you just, how's it work? Do you just immediately pay the taxes on that? Does somebody tell you what it is? Does the government do it?
Yeah, no expense. I mean, you
can't write off like chapstick and a loincloth or something.
I incorporated myself.
Right.
I made a business out of myself, which is a little bit of a tax break.
Right.
I started a charity with my
Smart.
$1 million.
That's right.
With $1 million?
Yeah.
Shield charity.
He's a
bury the money.
401c3.
Keep the
501c3.
501c3 in the Bahamas. Yes.
Right. Offshore.
Yeah.
Smart. So with the $1 million, what did the government want out of that?
In New York City, it's pretty steep. And it was something around between 43 and 46%.
Right. So
it's getting close to California.
Yeah. So here's the whole thing, kiddies. Go ahead and just whack everything in half, pretty much. I mean, now I don't know what it would have been if you were in Vegas, for instance.
It would have been 38%, something like that.
They don't have
no state taxes.
Taxes, so it would have been in the 30s or something. I think people are under the misinterpretation that you tax like 30%. No, you win $1 million, just go ahead and whack that in half.
I tried to claim it in Africa, but it didn't work.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been great. Huh?
You could have bought a tribe to war on your behalf, like a violent coup, take over the U.S. government. So basically you walk away with $572,000 or whatever it is. Not bad for a few months' work, but again, $1 million ain't $1 million. $2 million is $1 million.
Yeah.
And good times there. There you go. Now here's my whole thing. This all I want. To me, Ethan has paid his debt to society. Single man, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend, but you have no children.
No.
You're
no dependent.
Yeah, you're not on the dole. You're not on welfare. Yeah. You're not taxing anything. You're not taxing any system. You don't have 8 illegitimate kids that are all being taken care of on welfare. He's doing nothing. It's just a single guy. He's just banging his way through New York. That's all he's doing. He paid $500,000. Let's leave him alone.
Thanks.
He's done.
For how long?
Thank you.
6 months.
Or can we give him his own cop?
Oh, that's what I want. I want my own garbage man.
The garbage man.
Yeah. He paid $1 million.
Idea.
And here's the whole thing. This is what I don't like.
It's free parking. I'd be happy with.
Yeah, you should get a little something. Like here's the thing. When you go into a casino, this is what I have to yell at my mom all the time. Because she's always like, well, you think it's fair that you should get... Look, here's the deal. I pay in 1 year what you've paid in 50 years. How come I don't get a little more? Like, here's the deal. You go to a casino, you see some schlum playing the nickel slots. You think he gets his room comped? No. You see the high roller in there. He's got hundreds of thousands of dollars of chips in front of him that he's partying with. He gets the comped room. It's just good business. They don't give it to him because they feel sorry for him. It's a business. That's how they do it. You want to play the nickel slots? You don't get anything. You get a watered down Tom Collins. That's it. You get a couple of hookers and a penthouse if you're going to part with a few $100,000. Why can't we have that? And by the way, as I've screamed at my mom too when we were talking about this, about wanting my own garbage man, because I paid $1 million in taxes last year, whatever the hell it was. Here's my other thing. She's like, well, why should you? Here's what I say. You want to pay $1 million, honey, and get your own garbage man? No, I didn't think so. And quiet down. Pass the lentil stew. Horrible. All right. Am I right? You should be done. Or get your own garbage man.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you get a parking ticket, you should be able to go, paid $500,000. Don't need to pay the $36.50.
Right.
That's right. Thank you. Amber?
Yeah, what's up?
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Okay, well, I had a boyfriend about a year and a half ago, and he cheated on me constantly while having sex with my friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm. How old was he?
At the time, I was 15, and he was 18.
Yeah.
And then, now the boyfriend that I have right now, I'm 16, and he's 21.
Oh, much better. Get an older one. That's better.
Yeah.
Smart.
Older. That's because I don't look my age. That's why I really don't.
I'm being facetious.
Huh?
I'm not being serious. Andy.
Oh.
You don't look your age, but you have the intellect of a 9-year-old.
Yeah, you are.
Maybe a little less than your age.
So, just the whole point is that I don't trust him, and I met him online.
We don't trust him either. So there you go. You shouldn't trust him. There's certain situations you shouldn't trust people.
Yeah, and then I totally trusted him though. Like everything was going great, and then I was online one day. I stayed home from school, and I was online, and I acted like I was somebody else. I had a different screen name and everything, and he started talking to me and telling me that he was going to give me his number and everything, and he wanted to meet this
girl. You go. There, that's it. That's who you're dealing with. That's who that guy is.
What a shock.
By the way.
Where do you think you met this guy? The yoga class? By the way, you met him online. This is what he does.
And by the way, a good measure, a good sort of yardstick for not trusting someone is when they are a criminal. Yeah. And a 21-year-old and 16-year-old, it's criminal.
Yes. Unless you're in Hawaii or 3 or 4 other states, which makes things very confusing for us when we travel. Yes, Drew?
For you.
Yes. Amber?
Because you commit violent crime.
Yeah, well.
Same thing. Same thing.
Orgasm. Same thing. Amber, okay, you're right. Look, where's your dad? Who's not supervising you?
Well, it's just me and my mom.
That is a shock. Yeah. Where is your dad? What happened to him?
I was really small. He cheated on my mom. So.
Surprise.
Shocking.
Huh?
It's just, that's the pattern.
Of course he did. So that's who you hook up with. It's great that you're attracted, just people in general, the human condition, is you're attracted to really the horrible, venomous, abusive people, only if you had that in your life already. Fantastic. All right, so Amber, break up with this guy.
But I love this guy.
All right, what are you calling about then?
Well, listen, leave us alone then. But here's the thing: please do not get pregnant, goofball.
Oh, no.
All right, that's all I care about then.
Okay then.
All right, look. Here's the thing, everybody.
I'm after pill.
I'm into cutting. I'm into cutting my losses as a society. You guys get your hearts broken. You might get beat up and you might get a venereal disease, but if you don't get pregnant, I'm still going to look at it as a small victory for society.
Well, at least the next generation won't continue to be victimized.
Right. Maybe next time Ethan wins Survivor, he gets to keep $550,000. See what I'm saying? Keep inching toward $700,000. All right. It's good times.
The problem here is you're heartless. The deal is you're heartless. You don't care for other people. That's why you don't want to pay your taxes.
I got to motivate people. That's all.
That's heartless. How dare you?
Yeah. The communism's really worked out. Look at all the communist countries. See all those people dying each year on inner tubes trying to get to Cuba. Wait a minute. They're not going toward Cuba. They're coming here. Gee, what does that say? Well, the weather's so horrible over there in Cuba, Beaches polluted. Now they're trying to get here. Isn't that about all you need to know? And when are we going to bomb Cuba? Aren't we done with Cuba? We just go kill Cuba. Let's just go. Look, we've had an ass full of you. Fidel, whatever. Look, we're just going to clean you out. You're done. It didn't work. You guys, here's the thing about Cuba. You guys put your money on the wrong goddamn horse. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Well, on a sick guy.
Yeah, no. Well, the Cubans took a sick guy and let them run their country, but then Fidel Castro put his money on the wrong horse.
Right.
He bet on Russia.
Yes.
And you know what? Your horse lost.
Yeah.
Now let's take our horse and bomb your horse. Yeah. That's it. Let's get Cuba. Let's go. Let's get the mob back in Cuba. Those people haven't seen a new car in 55 years. Let's get the mob back there. Get a casino. Ethan's living in New York. What was it? 2-hour plane flight or something? How long is it going to take to get from New York? You'll be hanging in Havana, smoking cigars, prostitutes, gambling,
violent crimes,
leaving a trail, literally a trail of violence back to the hotel room. You know what I'm saying, Drew? I'd like to go to Cuba.
It's great. It's beautiful.
Drew's been to Cuba. Yes,
it's beautiful. You
had an audience with Fidel. He's just like an old man who
doesn't look old at all.
He just when you have a full beard and you wear that Gomer Pyle cap at 35,
and the Gomer Pyle jumper with the grenade belt.
Really, the grenade belt?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Someone's got to pull the pin on one of those things.
Yeah,
you can't get rid of this guy.
He's so nuts. Yeah,
he just sat there and told baseball stories for 3 hours.
Yeah. 3 hours, and was angry when people said, "We got this other."
I got to go number 2 again.
He made no sense. He was derailed. It really is not a well man.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. He's doing a great job. His little experiment worked. Yes,
of course.
All right. We can't judge. Just because they're killing themselves trying to get into this country. It's all the same. We have a horrible country. Raquel?
Hi, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
What's up, baby doll?
Anytime after I orgasm and I go pee, it burns really bad.
That's when you masturbate or just during sex?
Well, either one I've noticed. Either time.
Do you try to pee immediately after orgasm?
No, it's just I use the bathroom afterwards and it
How long afterwards?
Well, just when I have to go, maybe 5 minutes afterwards, or
Could you wait longer?
Yeah, I've waited longer, and it hurts.
Still burns.
Yeah.
Well, irritation or venereal disease, Drew?
Germany or Florida? What Adam is alluding to is that your urethra is either spasming or irritated, inflamed in some way, and sexually transmitted disease is
So should I go to the doctor?
Yeah, it should be checked, but I don't think that's actually what's happening. I think you're probably sort of mechanically irritating the area.
Well, are you?
Putting things inside?
She's having sex, right?
No, she masturbates. Yeah.
Oh, this is masturbation, but
it's either or.
Try doing it without putting something inside and see if you get the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, you may not.
All right.
I experimented with not putting something inside once, and it paid dividends.
Did it? Yeah. You still had an orgasm without something in your rectum?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Proud of you.
Yeah. Remember those glasses you thought you'd lost some years back? Turns out I found them. Mm-hmm.
Are they still keistered? Or are they?
A part of them, because the arm broke off.
Oh.
So they weren't in the case.
I can arrange a new temple.
Yeah. Yeah. They were Duke Focal, they call them. Hey, Raquel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you okay? Is everything good? Were you abused? You sound like a mess.
Oh, really? Why? I'm just tired.
Okay. All right, baby. Take a nap, huh?
All right. Thank you.
They say kids aren't getting enough sleep, Drew.
Yeah, I did a CNN thing about that.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
But did anyone say it's because they're just playing Xbox and watching porn on the internet and eating junk food? It's not. It's not like they're out in the fields or anything.
About half of kids had a television in their room. 20% of babies had a TV in their room.
Wow. Really?
20% of babies, and that was thought to be one of the major contributing factors. The kids with the TV in the room slept less well, had more difficulty going to sleep, that sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, what is it?
What is what?
I had a TV in my room.
You did?
See, look, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Son of a bitch. You had a TV in your room when you were a kid?
Yeah, I did for a while, too. For a while.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful. I mean,
It's nice.
It was a small one. I mean, if that had any consolation.
Yeah, probably helped.
Black and white.
Yeah.
So,
Drew,
yeah.
what do you got there?
This is promotion.
When did you have a TV in your room?
For a while, like from, I think like 7 to 10, something like that.
I had a piece of sheet metal. I had a piece of foil put up. I could see my own reflection in it sometimes.
Mine
was
almost
extravagant.
Like
yeah. Would you have the Zenith with the metal thing? You have to bang the crap out of it.
And it has sound that you don't even hear today. That sheet metal with
buzz,
boom, boom,
makes a buzzing sound.
The buzzing and all that stuff. And it had a little dial on the side. You ever change channel with a dial on the side?
And it sounds. But kids today, they don't realize that like your TV sounded more like a space heater when it got a little out of whack. Started buzzing.
But when you pounded it, it sounded like your school locker.
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, that's what ours sounded like. You guys don't realize that a lot of the exercise we got was beating the crap out of our appliances. Like, you could go at stuff, toaster ovens, TV sets, and punch and palm stuff, slamming stuff. You used to beat the crap out of the phone a lot. Remember a lot of phone violence? Now everything's got a chip in it. It goes to hell. Like, you can't take a flat screen TV and just start socking it. You'll destroy it. My TV is like, it responded to violence.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like, forget about the violence on TV. This violence that was on TV. It was on top of the TV.
Every TV
physically violent on it.
Had a vertical hold
on
problem.
TV. You get it, Drew?
I got it.
On
TV.
The TV. On the TV.
Yes.
Not in on TV. On. Pow.
But they all would flip. They'd have that vertical problem.
Yeah.
And then you'd pow, hat, boom, it would shape right up.
Yeah, I know that.
Remember that?
What kind of invention was this that a sock from a 13-year-old would straighten it out for 10 minutes? Yeah. And it was like, who's going to kick the ass out of the TV? I'll do it. And get up. By the time you got there, you're pissed, too. It's like you'd been watching the
taunting you.
Yeah, you've been watching the Christmas special spin for too long, and so now you got a head of steam.
But now that you had a special rap for it. You knew exactly that.
Yeah.
It was like
you were like Fonzie.
It was like, boom.
Yeah, just
particular rap.
Right.
Anyway.
You know, another thing I like, too, is how the guys, and this is a real white trash move, but this would happen, too, where if the knob busted off, and that knob to change channel busted off, and they would always bust off because it was the same thing. That there was a metal prawn that the metal was a half axle. Yes, it was like a half moon. It was a half round. Yes, is what we call it in carpentry. And it came out, and it was a plastic knob that went onto it. And eventually, the plastic would snap. The little skirt that went over the thing would bust off, and then you were on needle nose plier patrol from that point on. But evidently, there was no such thing as a replacement knob. You could not fix the knob. You could not buy another knob. You could buy another knob. It would come with a new set around it, and you'd take your 29-cent knob. So that was it. There was pliers, and the pliers sat on top of the TV set, and for the next 6 years, you would switch channels using the needle nose pliers. Oh, what is that? Would that happen today? So you'd get a knob. You get on the internet, and you just get a knob, or you get a new set, or you just throw the thing out.
And by the way, that was
there's no knobs.
The 70s. They knew that took full form.
And when that thing snapped, it was like, all right, now we're doomed to 10 years of channel locks.
And by the way, part of the reason that the thing always came apart was the television always had an on and off button that pulled out and pushed in. And you couldn't do the volume unless you pulled it out.
Well, they were just effing with us in the 70s, were they not?
Yeah.
Everyone was just effing with us.
First remote controls that they clicked with sound.
Snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
It's those things used to like train dolphins.
Yeah.
Throw some herring at the
People
set
know what
and click
the hell we're
it.
talking about.
All right. Well, it's good times.
Hey, good times. We're having a promotion. For all the callers tonight who are 17 years or older who get on the air, they will be sent 2 tickets to The Girl Next Door, starring Alicia Cuthbert.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, Adam saw it.
Alicia's going to be in here, by the way. She's smoking hot.
Yeah, and so when you'll be able to see it in your town, so whatever it's being played, aired in your town. And for those of you in the L.A. area, anyone, not necessarily those of you that get on the air tonight, anyone that has a computer, go to earthlink.net. The website is Girl Next Door Tickets. Girl Next Door Tickets at earthlink.net. And you get passes to go to the ArcLight on April 7th.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Doesn't get better than that.
Great venue.
Really
I don't know. We had a shameful response last night by our listeners.
So let's get focused. Let's get focused, stoners. Yeah. And these kids got computers today, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We had one, but you had to work it with the pliers and beat the S out of it. All right, let's... who decided, by the way, that the first 10 years of computers, they had to be like an eerie flesh color? Yeah. Like, it's creepy seeing, especially since computers were eventually... Every sci-fi movie I had, the computer eventually took over the planet. And killed you. Did it have to have an eerie, sort of weird, peachy flesh color to it? How about just a nice, brushed aluminum or silver color, or maybe like an anthracite or
Here's
something?
Another weird thing about the computer. Yeah. I was explaining this to my son. When the computer, the idea of the home computer came around, or the computer in your house stuff, we never imagined it doing anything other than computation.
Yeah.
Right? It was going to be like a big calculator.
You're going to be done with your math homework in no time with this baby.
Word processing. Like, what?
No.
Information. No, just a big compute. It computed.
Right.
Computer.
Right.
That's what it did. It computed.
Right. Now, just nothing but bizarre stump porn. That's all it does, is bring bizarre, macabre porn into your home.
And the trailer for...
What do you think of the new .xxx thing? You a fan of that?
What? I didn't know what that is.
Oh, they're creating a new domain just for porn sites.
Oh, really?
.xxx.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned that from Ethan. Fantastic.
I should be getting a call from my agent soon. They're going to have me do... It's non-ID, but you will be doing some voiceover work for .xxx company. All right, Ethan Zohn is here now. We'll take a quick break. Survivor. Best show on TV, everybody. Besides Crank Yankers. Oh, yeah, Crank Yankers, Drew. That's my show. That's a great show. If you love puppets and you love comedy, you got to love that Crank Yankers. All right, let's take a little break. We'll be right back. Come on, Drew. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Ethan's got a few things other than Survivor up his sleeve that we have not discussed.
He's got something, a prop he's brought in.
He's got an invention. He's got an invention, which I was... See, here's...
appreciate
I'll tell you, I'll tell you, I sold the man short because producer Ann said... he wants to plug the Grassroots soccer, which is a worthy cause. Everyone knows Ethan's very much involved with soccer. And then he's got an invention. And I was like, was it a new cleat, or is it some sort of training ball? Was it a ball with a tennis? She's like, no, it's got nothing to do with soccer. And I thought, wow, I like that. He's got an invention. That's like when a fat comedian gets up there and doesn't talk about being fat. I like that guy, even if he's not funny. So even if this invention sucks, the fact that it has nothing to do with soccer is very compelling to me.
You.
Yeah. Well, what is it? What do you got?
It's the Easy Crunch Bowl, and this will revolutionize your cereal eating experience.
Really? Because, let me tell you the problem with cereal and me, Drew.
Mush.
Turns to mush almost immediately. And to the point.
What you see here is your cereal bowl. It's a classic style developed, the split level developed in the 1970s. What you have here is you keep your cereal.
No, take that out of that pitch. The 70s.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah. Well, we're talking about the 70s early, the full circle.
Right. So, because here's the thing. When you pour the cereal, then you pour the milk, and it's a race against the clock. And, the worst thing happens, like the phone will ring, and you'll be, come on, I got to get off. The cereal's going. The clock started.
Okay, so how does this work? Where's the milk or where's the crunch go?
Basically, it's a swimming pool with a shallow and a deep end.
Right.
Cereal goes up in the shallow end, milk goes in the deep end. When you're ready for a little extra crunch, you just tap the cereal over the side to the deep end. Now, this is just the prototype.
Sure.
I have the other version here, which is a little more...
The non-prototype version of it?
No, the
arts and crafts version?
Arts and crafts version of it, yeah.
Wow. What
you can see here.
Drawings of it. Wow, it's beautiful.
It's got a little slide down there. It's a 3% gradient down here. So if the milk does get caught up top in the shallow end, it'll slip down into the
Wow, and that is that's a stoner-sized bowl, too.
This is, yeah.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Here's the thing about...
You can really see the mechanics.
Here's the thing about the cereal bowl is you end up filling it up 3 or 4 times, the milk gets screwed up. What do we got here, Drew?
Well, there's a little ramp going down the side here, and as we put what does this remind you of?
What does this
Something
remind you
of? Something from your childhood. With little ramps going down here, and the fluid goes here. And then here's the island up here, a little palm
Gilligan's
tree.
Island? Oh, it's a turtle.
Every child of the sick had one of these for their turtle.
Ask me if I had one, Drew.
Except Adam.
Thank you.
Adam had nothing.
And sea monkeys.
The turtles.
Really?
You'd get these. They probably have the mold out there already because there were 6 gajillion of these out in the 60s and 70s.
I had a ball of foil.
They used to sell little turtles.
Yeah.
And the turtle would have a swimming pool and an island. There'd be a little palm tree.
This is good. And you know what?
It's good for soup and chowder, too. You keep your crackers up here and your soup and chowder down.
That's nice. To me, I like a dedicated bowl.
Yeah.
I don't like the cereal out of the bowl I ate the minestrone out of the night before. You know what I'm saying, Drew? Dedicated bowl. You got a cereal bowl. You got a soup bowl. You got the bowl your mom uses to give you the haircuts. Salad bowl. This is a good idea.
This is the Zohn bowl.
Yeah.
I mean...
And I'll tell you. First off, it's long overdue. Because man has been plagued by the cereal going south dilemma since cereal was invented. Possibly before that.
Ethan's
possibly
got a catchy enough name. It's just got a punchy syllable. Just call it the Zohn.
Yeah.
Well, the whole Ethan Zohn, the Easy Crunch Bowl.
Easy Crunch Bowl. And now, how much would something like that retail for?
$6 for $19.95.
Oh, you get 6 of them.
Yeah,
it's like different sizes and things.
This isn't the real size, but yeah, and they will be stackable. This one isn't, but yeah,
right.
6 of them, see-through clear.
Nice, and Ethan was telling me, and they don't usually do this when they sell kitchen products. Horrible time cleaning it up. Horrible. I like this one commercial where they went, look, this product is so good that easy cleanup. No, not going to try to sell it. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to spend the better part of 3 hours trying to get to this thing, and you have to have fingers like an Asian woman in order to get to some of the crevices in this baby. But that's how good a product it is. We're going to rape you on the price. You're going to spend all night cleaning it up. That's how confident we are in this product. Yeah, that's good.
Well, thanks.
That I will sign me up.
I will.
If you need some sort of spokesperson.
You can do it.
When I'm done doing the XXX domain thing, I'll, hi, I'm Adam Carolla. Anybody, and I'll do one of those bad TV commercial non sequiturs. I work late nights and then slide into whatever before people can do the math.
See,
that's why I need, yeah.
No, you could do your show and eat cereal because you wouldn't have to worry about getting soggy.
Right.
Keep your cereal up here. So you could do a whole segment, come back, and then it's
right. You could with a conventional bowl. And which, by the way, have not made any improvements on the conventional bowl in what? Several million years, Drew?
Yes. When they're, yes.
Long before. Well, I'm using the same bowl Christ used, right? Moses before him?
Well before any of those guys, yes.
Yeah, the same bowl.
Same bowl.
Same technology.
Maybe originally out of rock, but yeah.
It has not changed. I bet theirs would handle the microwave better than mine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. What about this? Microwave safe?
Oh, yeah. Dishwasher safe, unbreakable. Yeah. It's all the muscle without the tussle.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. That's going to be another one of my honesty campaigns. This is like, look, you will spend all night cleaning this device, and if you put it in the dishwasher, it will explode and take the house with it. You understand? It might take the neighborhood, but it is that good a product. So, no tussle with the muscle.
No, yeah, we're going to put the crunch back in brunch.
Oh, man. That is awesome.
I got a lot more where that came.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
And you know what, Drew? When I heard that it was a no soggy bowl, I thought, how does this work? Compressors, conveyor belts? Are they harnessing the power of the sun? No, very simple. Just a shelf up top. You put them in the milk. You just throw the kitties in the pool when you're ready to go.
Exactly. So you wonder if there's some way you can make like a couple other layers, because Adam would like to put pie mix, marshmallows, and Count Chocula.
Yeah. I like to cook up my own Lucky Charms. Sure. I don't buy Lucky Charms. I buy the ingredients to Lucky Charms. I buy the blue diamonds and the red hearts and the coloring and stuff. And I actually, because I'm thrifty.
Yeah, I see.
Much like the Scottish, or with the much like the leprechaun on the box. He's thrifty. That's me. I make my own Lucky Charms and I save about $8 a metric ton.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Make my own. You can do that with Count Chocula, Captain Crunch. You make your own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, ready to move forward here?
Keep going.
Fantastic, by the way, Ethan.
Thank
Tickled pink. Mary?
Hi.
What's happening?
Well, I'm wondering if it's possible to get rid of a fetish.
What do you mean by fetish?
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, I mean, I'm not lying. I swear to Christ that since I was 5 years old, I've been fantasizing about just gaining weight, and I've gone online. It's the whole BBW thing and the feeder.
What's BBW? What?
Big Beautiful Woman.
Yeah.
It's pornography for heavy people.
Yeah.
And some people get off on the idea of getting someone else to gain weight, and then people like me get off on the thought of actually getting bigger.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, a lot of women have a lot of feelings and probably some sexual involved with the eating, and that the part of getting bigger or the process. And by the way, are you a cereal gal?
Not really. I really hate breakfast foods in general.
All righty.
Well, you can use
our audience never ever disappoints. We got the one lard ass in Chicago who doesn't eat a bowl of goddamn cereal.
But you know what you can do is you can keep your ice cream up top and your steaming hot apple pie down here. You don't want to give it the big chill.
Smart. Yeah, anyway, smart. Scoop at a time. Yeah.
That.
True. Is there a human being? Is there a human being that doesn't like cereal? By the way,
I don't know.
I've never met a person because here's the thing: you may not like this cereal, you may not like grape nuts, but surely you like Frosted Flakes.
I want to hear more.
I talked to one person who doesn't like cereal, and she's got an eating fetish.
She just got to say "f you," whatever.
Oh, screw you!
No, I want to hear the
eating disorder.
That's what I'm trying to sort out here.
I can't believe our callers.
It's more of what's called a paraphilia, which is a sexual thing, a perversion. As she's saying, fetish.
How much do you
turns
weigh?
her on to eat.
Now that I hate you,
to get fat.
225 right now.
But you actually like the getting heavy part, the growing part.
I mean, I don't want to get to to a truly unhealthy weight, but there's all these stories about
look, you're 225.
I'm curious, stories about what?
About just the feeding, and it goes from anything from just, the sexual fantasy of feeding the woman to getting actually immobilized. That's how far it goes, and that's the spectrum. And there's all these meetings for to get together. And
who cares? What
it's
are
just
you
we've never heard
about?
this before. It's very strange.
Yeah, we've talked about this
not like
before.
this. Not
How come you don't eat
Are you
cereal?
To big men or big women?
5 different web rings.
Adam, this is not into heavy people. This is about getting people to grow.
Yeah. And, I remember being 5 years old and actually getting off to thinking about that.
About what exactly, though?
That was at the time. Well, about gaining weight.
Was it filling up or gaining weight?
Gaining weight.
Did you eat cereal when you were a kid? Every kid loves cereal.
I do like Special K with the strawberries.
All right. Okay,
redemption.
Okay, you could do that with the 2-story salad bowl. I mean, soup bowl. I mean,
the Zahn bowl.
The cereal bowl. The
Easy Crunch bowl.
The Easy Crunch bowl.
And there's over 30 different patents for different types of cereal bowls to keep your cereal from getting soggy. That's one of the random things that are
well, I'll tell you something, baby doll. The 31st is the best. Everyone at the patent office knows.
I've never seen it out there.
Lucky number 31, Ethan Scott.
I do have it.
All right. So, look, here's the thing. Let me say a couple of things. This is interesting, especially if actually not.
And it's a lot more widespread than...
Yeah. It's sweeping the nation. Everyone loves fat chicks. That's great.
No, it's not about the being.
No, I know, but it's also that is an element of it. Is being.
Are they? Is it about fat too, or is it about some?
Yeah.
It's about the overall heaviness.
Drew, stop making it more than what it is.
I was just curious.
Okay.
No, it's not just the feeding aspect. It's actually about
it's having
filling in your clothes.
One of these.
What you have. And,
one of the tons of funds has a coronary and squashes you, and you find you underneath or rotting.
But I mean, you'd be shocked if you go online and just type into a search engine just BBW
hold on a second. Are you saying we would not be shocked by anything? There's enough a-holes out there to keep every search engine searching for the rest of the time. But now look, here's the thing. I want to tell you a couple things, Mary. Number one, just because it's gone on as long as you can remember doesn't mean it's a good thing. Like people do that where they go like, no, I was this way when I was 5. All right. That just means you were effed up longer than most. Yes. It doesn't really mean anything. So it didn't happen last week. You've been effed up for 20 years.
Well, she's saying it was right, but it wasn't a purely mature sexual thing. It was some sort of weird early thing.
All right. Number 2, feel free to extricate yourself from this horrible life of yo-yoing. And by the way, what kind of guys?
I cannot get off unless I fantasize about this, no matter who I'm with.
All right. Well, you can fantasize about anything you want. I mean, Drew fantasizes about killing prostitutes. Doesn't mean he kills them all the time.
Is there anything about your early childhood that we should know?
Nothing with my early childhood. I mean, I'll admit my mother was an alcoholic, but that didn't come into play until after I was 10.
Why not? She didn't start drinking until then?
I had both my parents in the house, and she was able to control it, and I never noticed anything. She was still going to the PTA meetings, and
right. You still had alcoholic mom.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know I got a buttload of issues.
All right. So, listen, Mary, how about this then? Okay, it's your fantasy, and you use it to have an orgasm. Fine. But it doesn't mean you should immerse yourself in this lifestyle.
That's what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying to stay just, at one weight and possibly lose as much as I can. But every time I start thinking about that, then it all goes back into this, and that's what I need to think about.
Okay, well, once you think of...
to get rid of a fetish?
Think about some therapy.
And certainly not by trying to will it away yourself. It's a treatment issue.
Stay away from that computer.
Yeah.
Well, there's like 5 different clubs that meet like every other week.
Yeah, well, Adam, just like any sexual compulsive.
I know. Stop doing it, though. I know. Look, there's a lot of people that do heroin. Oh, Drew, there's so many. You don't understand. Yeah. They do it all the time.
They'll come deliver the goods right at your doorstep.
Yeah, okay, don't do it.
The heroin club.
Yeah.
But if I get it like completely immersed in therapy, can you get rid of a fetish? I mean, let's say that
you can
diminish
control
its importance. Yeah, diminish its importance.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's really a lot of therapy is just about getting you not to do stuff you want to do rather than everyone thinks you go there to get motivated or to go get you to do. I'm going to get that college degree. Stop beating off using your mom's panties. It's what not to do. Really. Isn't about 80% of therapy is what not to do, Drew? Thank you. All right. Ethan, salad bowl's on. He's got that cereal bowl. I'll tell you.
It'd be good for salad, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think swim in the dressing sometimes.
Yeah. No one likes
or vegetable dip.
Don't drown your food.
Let's focus on hefty Mary Buzzkill over here. First, the only fat chick in Chicago is not into cereal. Number 1, not into it. How about some nice cereal? Don't like breakfast. Okay, number 1. Number 2, has to inform Ethan that there's over 30 patents on soggyless cereal bowls.
Thanks, Mary.
Really?
Like I haven't looked.
Yeah, what a sweet pea you are. Isn't she angry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they're not stackable.
Yeah, they're not stackable. And
they don't have Ethan's name.
They were not on Survivor. Right. Exactly. They don't have that
or Loveline
$570,000 seed money that he's filtering through the offshore account. That's right. And look at the matinee idol good looks. You know what inventors look like? Fat, balding guys, like asexual guys with thick glasses.
Probably Google BBW.
He could have a kosher version.
Oh,
definitely.
Bring the Jews in. Smart.
Hello.
There you go.
Little matzah Brian.
They're going to haggle. And that's not a stereotype. It's just the truth, Joe. All right, we're going to...
Just saying.
Just saying. All right. Let's take a break. I'm going to yell at Drew about this, Mary, during the break too.
It was a weird, interesting twist on an old.
I know, but I can't believe that she knew about. All I do is watch the History Channel. Never saw any patents for no, I keep saying salad bowl, but it's cereal bowl. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-777. We don't need people. We don't need your stinking calls. We need your charity people. We got Ethan here from Survivor. Just freshly booted off the island. That's all right. Won the $1 million in Africa. Speaking of Africa, it's got this organization called Grassroots Soccer. How does this work?
Well, basically what we do is we train the professional soccer players in a particular country about HIV and AIDS. Then they go into the schools and teach the youth about AIDS prevention. Simple concept.
Smart.
But no one's doing it. It's like imagine taking Michael Jordan, sticking him in the middle of Harlem and teach kids about drugs.
Right.
Same concept.
Right.
Whole positive role model thing.
Yeah. Whose idea was this?
It's my idea.
I'll tell you. This guy's he's the Thomas Edison of our time. He really is. I mean, if it's not figuring out ways to keep your cereal dry, he's figuring out a way to keep Africa AIDS-free.
Amazing. Trying.
Yeah. Yeah, those folks...
trying to combine the two.
Need a little help in the AIDS department over there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what goes on over there, but did they not use condoms? What's going on in Africa? What's the big problem?
That's probably one of the biggest problems. Yeah, no condoms and miseducation and just the culture. It's ingrained in the culture to be... promiscuous, I guess.
It is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, right now there's children and there's grandparents. There's no one in between. So many AIDS orphans. And,
really?
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you this. After seeing the first guy in your village go down with AIDS and someone giving you the condom speech, how many guys you gonna hump after that? I mean, I know it's a different culture, maybe more primitive. We cannot judge. We cannot judge. But when you're just sort of, this isn't, we're not asking you guys to put a satellite up. We're just asking you to put the goddamn condom over the Johnson. What's the main obstacle to this?
I mean, if you're in a rural area and you're about to have sex, you're not going to, and you don't have a condom, you're not going to get up and walk 4 miles to the corner store. That's a problem.
Right.
But money, they don't have money to get condoms. Granted, they give them out for free, but then if you don't have them.
So is it A, there's a lot of old habits die hard, but B, it's so spread out that it's hard to get information to everybody. It's hard to reach all the outposts.
A little bit. Yeah.
Do they understand what this is? They think. It's
I mean, it's very fascinating because a lot of the children that we teach, they do know the facts. They know what the AIDS virus is. They know how it's spread, but the actual understanding of it is not there. So they can regurgitate the facts, but they don't have an understanding of what it means. It's fascinating, actually.
And are they not sort of aware of their own how sort of frail human life can be? I mean, do they think they're invincible like most 18-year-olds?
I mean, but they do think they have no hope. They think I'm going to get it. Yeah. So there's no point trying not to get it. But that's why we go in there and we provide them with the right information and let them make the choice to lead a healthy lifestyle. But we give them the sense, the self-efficacy to make these decisions. Like they can live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
They can live life without, HIV free.
Did they have stable families before all this hit?
Not really.
No.
That is a fantastic idea, getting the soccer
take care
stars.
Of kids, basically.
Excuse me?
The men didn't stay in the families?
Not so much. I mean, if a man passes away, his brother will come and take over the family and get to sleep with the wife and the whole bit.
Yeah. Well, good times. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Then again, we cannot judge.
One of the common ways to cure yourself of AIDS is to have sex with a virgin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
cannot judge. We can't judge. That's the important thing. Cannot judge. Every culture's the same.
Wow.
Kate?
Yeah.
You're 18?
Yeah.
Believe if I was a virgin and I was running around Africa, I would put an M80 up me just to get rid of that. I would get rid of that hymen, lickety split. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Start wearing those stripper shoes, those big high stripper shoes.
Yeah.
Big lucite ones. Yeah, I would not let anyone think I was a virgin. Kate?
Yeah.
You're 18?
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, basically, I was in a 11-month relationship that I got out of about 6 months ago, and right now I'm just trying to make sense about what happened in there. I've always been uncomfortable with engaging in sexual activity. He was my first serious boyfriend. Always had a low sex drive. He forced me into a whole bunch of sexual activity. I'm pretty strong-willed. We fought about it a lot. It got to the point where he would make me get up before I would go home. Like, he would, I'd be in his car and I couldn't get him until I did something. And honestly, I don't know why I stayed in the relationship for like 11 months. I'm out of it. I'm with a new guy now, going on 2 months. Yeah. He is really understanding. We've talked a lot about what happened. He came out of a good relationship where he lost his virginity to the girl he
All right. Now, so what? What's the question?
So I'm wondering, would what happened in the last relationship be considered sexual abuse? And I mean,
it's a very abusive relationship, not specifically sexual abuse, because that really implies a childhood sexual abuse. But you having sort of chosen that guy and tolerated that abuse does suggest that you've been taken advantage of or exploited at some other time in your life.
But
that's what I don't understand, because I had a good childhood. I've been.
All right. Well, look,
it could have been a bad choice.
It happens. You make a bad choice. Things sort of creep up on you before you know they're out of hand. But then you're healthy because you put an end to it. Right. You got out of there,
and that's it. And you should be able then to have normal intimacy going forward. If you can't, or if you get a post-traumatic stress reaction from this, that means that there was something that happened before. You just don't know what it was.
I like the gas, grass, or ass guys. Nobody rides for free. I like those guys who drive the cars. Like, look, sweetie, before you get out of the car, I'm going to need a little something. And I mean, this baby doesn't fuel itself.
Good time.
Yeah. That's Nova. It only gets 15 miles a gallon. All right, I have no idea. I'm going to mash the board. Let's take a break, Drew.
Yep.
All right.
Here we go.
That's why he gets the big bucks. Yep. We'll be right back. All right, Drew. Quit pouting. We get to go home now.
Yes.
Yeah. I do all the dancing around here, but at the end of the night, who's tired?
Both of us.
Drew. No, I could do another 5 hours of radio.
Really?
And I intend on it. I'm going to do overnights here.
Cool.
All right?
Have fun.
All right, I'm going to just stay here until Kevin and Bean show up at 4:45 in the morning. Ethan Zohn, everybody. God love that survivor.
Thanks.
God love soccer and the salad bowls and all things that Ethan stands for. And I want to thank Diamond Limo for dragging Ethan and his very inventive mind out here tonight. Always a pleasure, Ethan.
Thank you very much for having me.
We'll talk soon, and mazel tov on the inventions and the great work you're doing abroad. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.